Welcome back, innovators. I know it's been quite a while since you actually see me wearing this suit right now. I mean, check it out. Look at that drip, man. It is quite incredible. So, today's topic is going to be a little bit different, and it's one that I don't often talk about that often, but as you can see, I do have a DJI right here. But I do truly think that it's actually time that we have a very serious conversation of what's going on with both our men and women right now. Especially when it comes to topics like these. I often talk about what's going on with the economy, business, etc. And all these commentary video reactions I talk about on a daily basis. But I do think this one is probably the most important one we've ever talked about. And it's about the Gooning epidemic and all of the simplification, aka simps, and the glorification of toxic women, which including those that get arrested and next thing you know, they get goonified. It is a very serious problem. And let's be fair, a lot of men have this problem, by the way. So, let's get started with the county jail mugshot, by the way. So, not too long ago, I did talk about a very serious problem that's going on with Facebook, especially when women get arrested, especially the pretty ones, by the way. I think a lot of you know what I'm talking about. You know, the craziest thing about all this is that even if they actually have a serious criminal charge, guess who are the men that try to bail them out? The simps. And that is a very serious problem. And that's one problem that I'm going to be talking about just a little bit more. I know in the last one I talked about private equity firms and all of these problems and this and that to be aware of. Guess what actually owns the mugshots? Yeah, you guessed it. Private equity firms, venture capitalist, and consulting firms. And that is a very serious problem. And you know what's even crazier is that OnlyFans is owned by a private equity firm too, by the way. Shocking that 10% of those companies have not been bankrupt yet, especially with the backlash that they're receiving lately. I know it's a crazy claim, but listen up. As I said before, it's not going to get any easier. In fact, it's only going to get worse. You're going to see a lot more men of my age and older become more desperate and desperate. Now, on the women's side, it's a very interesting one. On the women's side of the same age group, they become extreme whores. Yes, those that don't have a brain. That's who I'm referring to. Because the average man and woman have gotten dumber and dumber and dumber. And it kind of sounds like the movie Dumb and Dumber. And even Idiocracy as well, by the way, which is a very excellent movie. I still haven't seen it yet, but I've heard some good things about it. Yeah, it was underrated at the time, but it is now the movie that best describes society and where it's going if it kept going on this one. I mean, at this point, we're now in the Idiocracy world, is what I'm trying to say. Because let's be fair, financial literacy is at an all-time low, birth rates are at an all-time low, marriage is at an all-time low. Guess what else is at an all-time low? Traditional values. And the shocking thing about all this is that actually echoes the exact topic I'll be talking about in my Zoom meetings on Nomadic Freedom Forum. However, we're not just going to talk about it. We're going to talk about why it's actually going the way that it is right now. I know I did this ahead of time, but at the exact same time, I think topics like this should be talked about more often. I think the next thing that I'll be talking about is the rising cost of living and the American dream becoming impossible. So, I think the truth is that We're going through some very, very difficult times. And yes, that's just another echo of what I just talked about already. But at the exact same time, I do really think that there is hope and light at the end of the tunnel. I don't know what any of us will think and look like it will actually really look like. But the idea is still there. But here's the thing. A lot of people have given up hope. And rightly so, because it looks like it's becoming an impossible dream to reach. The truth is, in some ways, yeah. If you're talking about like a traditional factory job, yeah, that's impossible in today's economy. Because we're not going to have the same economy that our parents and grandparents fought for. We're just going to get the lesser version and private equity version of it, just to say the very least. The truth is that things have already gotten worse, but it's only going to get worse before it gets better, in some ways. Now the question is, how do you prepare yourself for that? Which I think the next short has already addressed already, but I think it's time that we actually expand some of those shorts into one video. So, despite all the arrest of men versus women, the men's side, you don't see women doing that. But on the women's side, the men, yes, I'm talking about the stupid ones. They're the ones that use eggplants and this and that and decide this beauty needs to be bailed out. Do you realize how insanely simpy they've gotten? Do you understand what I'm talking about? We have women that are simping for beast. Yes, beast-like creatures in fictional books, while the men, on the other hand, they simp for the women that are actually simping for the bestiality. Do you understand how fucked up our society has gotten? Do you have any idea where we're headed right now if this doesn't get fixed? Do you understand where I'm coming from? The normal morality is... Do you ever fear missing out on your great legendary summer? Good news for you is that Nomadic Path will make your summer 100 billion times better and more legendary. With Retro Focus 85, you will save 20% of your entire order, plus free shipping, and you get to enjoy your summer that you've been looking for a long time. Click the link in the description. I will see you on the website and enjoy your summer shopping. Right now is to educate how insanely fucked up it really is. That's all we can really do right now. And we need to take immediate action. And as someone that is a former Christian, that is now a Stoic, with spiritual, universal, and agnostic views, along with the emphasis of New Age, Enlightenment values, I really do think that society truly needs enlightenment much more than ever. And look, there's nothing wrong with sexual desire for one another. There's nothing wrong with that. Within reason, of course. That's what I'm trying to say. But once it reaches that threshold and it becomes more broken than ever before, then we have a very serious problem. That's where wokeism came in. That's where Zionism came in. That's where jihadism came in. Those are the extremes that destroy normal Western morality. And that's like an echo of my next video about morality. These things truly matter. And back in the day, we used to discuss them as common sense people, men and women, and their family members. Now, we're more divided than ever before, distracted by stupid things that I just don't think is realistic. And I think these things can't be ignored for much longer. They just truly can't, because if they become more and more ignored, then we have a very serious problem waiting for us right now. And I don't think we could ignore it for much longer, because how much longer are these realistic issues going to be ignored? Not for much longer, because wait until it gets blown up to the point that both Democrat and Republican Party are literally wiped out. Politically, of course. You know what I mean, because those dying two-party system no longer work for Gen Z, millennials, and the younger generation. It no longer works anymore. I understand that some of the older generations are starting to wake up, but it's the younger people that are suffering the most right now. My generation and the generation before me and after me, they are suffering as well in some way and in some fashion. It could be relationships, it could be cost of living, it could be networking, it could be all types of things. It could be all types of things. These are very serious issues that we're facing right now. And look, I'm not an expert on everything. I'll tell you that much. I am not an expert at everything. I wish I was at that age. I wish. That would be cool. But I know deep down in my soul, that is not a realistic thing in this world. Maybe in my dreams, and that's why they stay as dreams. I only come after the things that I'm interested in and interested in talking about. And yes, expertise do come in hand, but that's not the whole story of what I want to talk about. I do think that societal collapse is literally upon us right now. It ain't just the Facebook things on the county pages and all these other posts. It's about the bigger picture. Human survival. We are not bred to be simps. We are bred to be protectors and providers. That is what society has functioned for thousands and millions of years. And I'm only going to say this one time. We got to stop being idiots for once. And look, there's nothing wrong with funny videos. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm talking about the dumb things that are just leading to extinction. Like simping. Political violence. That's another thing that also leads to extinction as well. Corruption. Government corruption and corporate corruption. Those are the three things that I'm very concerned about right now. And then, fourth one, societal collapse. That's the biggest one of the three right now. That are just leading us to extinction. And the fifth one is the reproduction of human life. That includes raising a family. That includes being the man that you are today and the woman actually supporting you. And I'm telling you, without those things, we're in deep shit. Because there is only one solution that can fix all of these things, is to lead your own path. That is the only way we're going to get out of this alive, is leading your own path. That includes your friends, family, anyone that you've known in your life. If they want to join you, great. If not, listen up. There will be someone that will support you in the long run. So we gotta be able to address these things, or otherwise we're just gonna keep on being delusional until it is our turn to be extincted fossils. Because those are very scary things. And not only that, these are very real things in deep, deep, tough times that we're living in right now in 2026. And the last thing I will say is that whatever you do right now, turn your life into light at the end of the tunnel, because that light will lead us into the golden revolution. And with that in mind, that is it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoy all this. Do me a favor. If you want to support me even further than last time and you don't want to be the non-subscribed viewer, go right ahead, click the like button, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It'll help me a lot to making videos like this one. And check out all my social media accounts. Check out Freedom Nomadic Forum community. We also have the Zoom link as well, because we do have a Zoom call at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time every Wednesday. If you want to check out Nomadic Path, there is an active promo code known as RetroFocus85. It'll save 20% of your entire order plus free shipping, and you won't regret your decision once you actually get that. And with that in mind, take the golden pill. The revolution is now. We are counting on all of us to win in life and save humanity and society as a whole. With that in mind, I will see y'all in the next upcoming video. Peace out.
If you enjoy videos like this, and you're actually interested in videos like this one that just happened recently, do me a favor, like and share and comment down below and subscribe to this channel right here and right now. With that in mind, I'll see you in the next video, Innovator.